I'm interested in when I travel, I'm interested in like learning other people's normal, like what's normal for them, right? Because it's different for me. Like and I guess what I'm saying is sometimes I think that we feel, artists, musicians, writers, sometimes we feel like what do I know? What can I do? What can I create? Why does my voice matter? And and so yeah, I guess those are my questions, right? Like how have you come to know that your story, your voice, your music, your art, your poems, how have you come to know that they matter?
Yeah, I think that's a big, it's an important question for everyone to grapple for themselves, right? You need to find purpose in what you're doing. And I think it's hard to maintain an interest in doing something that requires a lot of work and is difficult without understanding why you're doing it and what the impact this is going to be on the world. And for me, a major part of my job is to be an educator, and that I literally teach. So I'm teaching students to think about antiquity and to think about the big questions of how they're living, and I think that really reflects on how we live. And I think books are an opportunity to teach more widely, and to get people thinking. And I think it's very easy to get uh, stuck in the present, to assume that the present is what life is and what the world is. And I think it's really useful to look to the past and think these are humans who are dealing with similar things to what we're dealing with. They're eating food, they're thinking about health, and they're thinking about it in a totally different way, without any of the things we take for granted. And I think that looking at these ancient ideas and thinking about what their priorities were and how they're thinking about things can really help us on a day-to-day level think about what are my priorities, what do I think about food, how do I process all the kind of overwhelming scientific information that we have in the modern world, where people, they can count exactly what vitamins and minerals and how many calories different foods have. And I think there's a lot of overwhelming data, but to kind of get to the heart of the matter, what are we thinking about when we think about food? What are we thinking about when we think about diet? If you take out the culturally specific stuff, what is there? And I think that one of the things I was hoping to do with this book is have people think at this universal scale, and think across culture and across time, about what it means to eat and to be healthy.